Virgo, welcome to Life and Symbolism. Today we're doing your general reading. So it's not a private or personal reading. Please do bear that in mind when listening to the messages. I'm reading the collective energies. So your intuition will tell you what message is right for you, and the rest you can leave behind. Okay. Virgo, please. Wow, Virgo, you're kind of like ready to take action on something. You are not going to be defeated. Yeah, gosh, I mean, we'll clarify and see what this is about, but this energy is like, I'm going for it. I am not going to lose out on this. I am not going to be defeated. This is going to work. I am going to do everything I can. So very fast energy, it's all happening, it all feels quite exciting, there's adrenaline. I mean, it's making me nervous though, I'm not gonna lie, Virgo, it's making me a little bit nervous, but I mean, you are either refusing to admit defeat. That's it. Let's see why. Thank you. Interesting. Okay, so I feel that either someone in your life has been really, really testing your patience. Yeah, and someone I think has been trying to get something out of you that you've been having to kind of defend yourself against. It's strange. It's really strange, Virgo, to be honest. And either that or just in general, you're trying to be extremely patient, or you have been being extremely patient. And I think suddenly things have changed, and I'm thinking, no, I'm not having it. Like, I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna say what needs to be said. I'm gonna do what needs to be done. I'm gonna go after it and sort it out. Yeah. I feel like someone's prizing something out of you. Maybe they've encouraged this reaction from you. Oh gosh, Virgo, so much here. Bear with me. Virgo, your last reading's coming back to me because the characters are the same. Right. So, Virgo, what I feel like is that you've gone from investing in a situation which was actually very detrimental to you. You were giving, trying to heal it, feeling like perhaps even it was your fault, or you were involved in some way, or that just that you could see things, you could understand things. And I think you felt that approaching things, compassionately, being really considerate and understanding, was somehow going to help fix the situation, I think, between two people. If it's not external people, it's something within yourself. But no, I'm quite certain for a lot of you it was an external factor, but you were trying to help, trying to fix, and then eventually you kind of decided, you know what, I've got my own life to live as well, and I can't keep... The thing is, people have to fix their own problems. It's really difficult to learn that lesson, especially when you can see the problem and the solution, which I feel like you could, and you were very calm, very... you just kind of stood there. You observed this situation happening, perhaps even time and time again. Just like, just a perpetual cycle that because you observed it, you understood it, and you tried to heal it. But I think you were able to shine light on a lot regarding this situation. But I think that in the end you chose to give yourself some space away from it and seek your own happiness and go out and find something that is fulfilling for you, that makes your heart happy, something that's nurturing for you. You needed to be a bit more free from that. You chose freedom away from the restrictions and the negativity of that situation. And I think that this then became, I think someone was disappointed in that and kind of shied away from you a little bit and thought, fine, if you're going to go and do your own thing, fine, but you won't be hearing from me. I think they wallowed a little bit, but you were doing something that made you feel really passionate. And in a strange, oh, wow, yeah, this is really similar to your last reading, Virgo, because in a strange way, your absence helped this person to direct their focus on what it was that needed to be understood so that they could kind of heal. It revealed a lot. This person's understanding things better now. And things are flowing within them a lot better now. But it's still a process. It's definitely still ongoing because it's not fixed yet. It's not healed yet. And perhaps, Virgo, that's why you're thinking, for God's sake, let me just do it. Let me just go in. And you're feeling impatient with the entire situation that I feel like you've been dragged into. I do. And there's an unrealistic notion here of what can and can't be done between these other characters, and it's like someone's continually just being like, just seeing the shortfalls and the shortcomings rather than focusing on the positives. And I don't blame you, Virgo. I actually don't blame you. And there's a lot of overwhelm in it. I think, when people get they're too close, they can't see it for themselves, but they've not wanted your influence. And I think, well, maybe now it's the energy that's changing. You've had to be extremely strong and patient in between that time, but I do think now that the energy is changing for that. So let's see how. What I feel is that someone is ready now to do something on their own. I feel maybe an attachment was linked to a negative situation that somebody didn't want to leave. And that was you, Virgo, and I definitely saw that in your last reading. Someone just really didn't want you to leave them. They had this perception that you were leaving them, abandoning them. And I think it's caused them to learn a little bit how to stand on their own feet. And perhaps, this is yourself as well saying, well, yeah, you don't want to be relied on, or, you're happy to have relationships and commitments with people, or to stand by the people that you care about, but that you can't be relied on. You can't be the healer in this situation, Virgo. They've got to stand on their own 2 feet. Can you see that? Twice the card just very quickly flipped in, flipped out. Okay, what have we got here? There's a refusal on someone's part to accept that this entire situation needs to be viewed as like a soul journey, like a journey of the soul. And I don't know if that's you, Virgo, not realizing that this person has to fix this problem for themselves, because it's part of their soul, it's part of something that they need to do for themselves. And maybe they're refusing to acknowledge it, which is why you're getting so frustrated and perhaps even thinking, do you know what, Virgo, maybe you are feeling defeated in a way, but it's so frustrating to you that you're still kind of encouraging these people to address things. I'm hearing the word dichotomy, and I honestly don't even know what that means. I'm sorry, so I can't. I'll have to look that up. Do you know what, Virgo? I feel like you're learning how to deal with the situation, how to walk away from the situation. That actually, instead of, yeah, there we go. Yeah, Virgo, you're learning that actually you can't continually put yourself in this situation and try and fix things for other people. In fact, moving away is the right thing. It's difficult, I know, but for yourself, for your own peace of mind, the cards are showing that moving away from this entire situation and not giving it any more kind of energy and thought is what's right for you, because you can't just keep racing in to save things, to fix things, you know. It's going to be difficult for you to do that because you'll feel very, very conflicted. And also, I think that there's someone in this that you don't trust. Perhaps that's why you're trying to help the situation, because you feel that you can sense that. But I think it's time to accept that, if you're trying to save your relationship, maybe it's time to accept that the relationship just might not be able to be saved. Or the way that you interact with this situation just it can't continue. So the energies are showing that that's coming to an end and it's going to transform. The way that you engage is going to transform, and actually you're going to take a step back and just, you need some time for yourself now, Virgo. You've spent so much time, energy and effort trying to heal and fix this entire situation, and now you're realizing, you know what, I have to, I think before it was a temporary step away, which started a healing process. And then I'm not sure necessarily that it's continued, because people keep getting overwhelmed and going back to the same thing, going back to the drawing board, focusing on the negatives instead of the positives, bringing things up again from the past. So yeah, it just seems like the cards are suggesting for you, Virgo, just draw a line. Just draw the line, I kind of feel like that's you drawing the line. Learn from it. You've done everything you can. You've shone as much information on the situation as you possibly can, and now it's time to just step away, detach from the situation, and kind of let them figure it out for themselves, Virgo. Even if you're concerned about where that goes, it just seems to be the way that it has to be at this point. So we'll see if there's any messages from the Animal Oracle deck, any words of wisdom based on that reading. So Turtle Spirit has whizzed out over here. Slow and steady wins the race. Now, I'll show you that with the Knight of Swords, because the Knight of Swords is extremely hasty, quick to act, quick to respond. That's why I'm feeling that now the energies for you are impatient. And usually the advice here would be to slow down, to not rush, to not speak too quickly, to not react. So let's see a little bit more. I mean, these work together really, really well. So, and I know it's coming from a place of irritation, frustration, but let's see what we've got here. The Turtle Spirit arrives to remind you that when you do what you need to do, putting one foot in front of the other and trusting that you will see your intentions manifest in perfect timing, your prosperity and love will grow exponentially. Now is not the time to rush forward to try to force matters. There you go, Virgo. There's a little bit too much forcing. Okay, move slowly, even so slowly that it almost feels like you're not moving at all. This may be a time to crawl before walking, taking your time to align to Turtle Spirit's place as you contemplate this road that you're on, doing what you need to do in the small moment that will soon pass. Turtle Spirit reminds you that sometimes the best action is to slow right down, even if it feels that you're not doing enough. Know that simply being aware of what is happening right now may be an important step toward determining whether you need to pivot or simply keep putting one foot in front of the other. True love and true success comes with patience, says Turtle Spirit. Focus on the now and the next step will be clear. Okay, so obviously the advice is to not react, not rush in hastily, and not feel, I mean, this is saying forcing matters. I am feeling more like you're trying to fix matters, but perhaps that in effect is forcing matters. And that's why almost at the end of it, I see you just drawing a line and saying, nope, can't do it anymore. But maybe it doesn't have to be quite so black and white. Maybe just resist the urge to rush in, to force things, to force this situation to come to a conclusion, and rather slow it down, sit back, observe, and just wait. And you just maybe have to have some patience here and just wait and see. So I know that's frustrating, but I really, really hope that this has helped you, Virgo. Please let me know. You can like or comment. I'd love to hear from you. Please subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for sharing your energy with me. I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.